Ed Sheeran's love songs embody dreamy romance and honest emotions. What better to inspire his chart-topping music than his own idyllic love story? The star reunited with his high school crush, took a break from music to fall in love, and after an awkward proposal and secret wedding, he and Cherry Seaborn have become parents to 2 miracle babies. Ed Sheeran and Cherry Seaborn met as young teenagers in Suffolk, England. They were attending the same high school at the same time. Although back when they first came to know each other, the two were simply friends. The singer feels that if they had dated back then, it would have been a disaster. The future couple lost touch after graduation when Sheeran went on tour and Seaborn headed to Duke University in North Carolina. Ed and Cherry reconnected in 2015 after a mutual friend invited them out. At the time, the brunette had been working on Wall Street, so she and Lauren, the mutual friend, were hanging around New York. Lauren called the perfect singer to let him know Cherry was around and asked if he wanted to hang out with them. Ed agreed, but he was nervous. The last time these two were together, they had quote-unquote hooked up. In my head, I was like, what if she remembers that because it was like a while ago? It was very innocent, very gentle. It was a kiss, the 32-year-old explained. The three of them hung out and, dare we say, the songwriter's high school crush developed once again. However, Sheeran had to return to his life of musical fame and went on tour, so thoughts of romance had to wait. After the tour, the musician went to a 4th of July party hosted by his friend, Taylor Swift. During the party, Ed and Cherry were texting each other. The brunette told him she was in Rhode Island for the festivities, which happened to be where he was. I kinda said to Taylor, "Can I invite one of my old schoolmates?" The rest is history, Ed shared. They celebrated their first anniversary as a couple at another T-Swift bash. According to People magazine, Sheeran and Seaborn were spotted locking lips in the background of a since-deleted Instagram post by Abigail Anderson. The same year that marked 1 year of their relationship, Cherry decided to move from New York back to the UK so she could be closer to her lover. Shortly after this, Ed took a short hiatus. We were basically like, let's both quit our jobs and let's have a year of forming a tight bond and relationship. So we went traveling and spent every day for a year together, the Photograph singer explained. Ed was relatively young when his music career began. The songwriter felt he never had a chance to explore and experience the world because he had always focused on his career. I haven't properly formed relationships with people, so I needed to have a year off and spend it with friends and family and Cherry and actually become a human being, he shared. During that time off, the lovebirds traveled to places like Fiji, Italy, and Australia. She hadn't really done anything either, so it was an opportunity for us both to get to know each other and live life a little bit, the singer said of his romantic travels. By January 2018, this deeply in love couple took things to the next level. Sheeran announced his engagement to the brunette on Instagram. "Got myself a fiance just before New Year. We are very happy and in love, and our cats are chuffed as well," the Grammy winner wrote in the caption.
Yeah, she's really cool. We live together, we have cats.
His proposal story is too cute. Well, we think it was. Ed believes it was far from perfect.
Well, Cherry's parents never married. So they were together for 30 years. They've now married, by the way, but they were together for 30 years. So she hasn't grown up in thinking that marriage is important.
His understanding of Cherry's home dynamic made the proposal all the more intimidating. "I was walking into it being like, I don't know if she's going to say yes. I really didn't know," Sheeran confessed. Not helping the singer's nerves was that a heavy rainstorm nearly dampened his plans. Ed had built a pergola outside in the garden and hoped to propose outdoors at sunset. As the story goes, Ed kept trying to convince Cherry to go for a walk with him, an offer she kept declining.
Time's ticking. And there's the date on the ring, and I'm like, I've got to do it today. Because it's like, it gets to like 9 p.m. and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, then.
Eventually, the ginger got his then fiancée where he wanted her, but was met with a blank stare after he got down on bended knee.
And I was like, will you marry me? And she was like, are you fucking joking? And I remember there was just a long silence, and I just went, please?
Thankfully for Sheeran, his lover said yes. Even though the singer announced the engagement, he secretly tied the knot and kept the news a secret for months. The words slipped in the lyrics of Remember Me, where he refers to Cherry as his wife. It was actually before me and Cherry got married, and I knew that we'd be married by that point that the song came out, the Bad Habit singer confessed. The ultra-private ceremony was ultra-intimate as well. Our actual wedding was a tiny, tiny event with basically no one there, Ed shared. The lovers tied the knot around Christmas time and, later in January 2018, hosted a party for their friends and family to celebrate the union with them. The singer said it was a huge party, and although it was less private, he didn't want any photos of the event getting out. Sheeran confessed he was amazed they didn't, and that's how the star could keep the news a secret for a while. The ginger loves being in love. It shouldn't be a shock to know that some of our favorite Ed Sheeran love songs were written for or about his wife. For example, Perfect was inspired by a party the couple attended at James Blunt's house. We got really hammered and took our shoes off and danced on his lawn and then jumped in the pool, Sheeran recalled. And then the next day I was like, that's a cool story, so I put it in a song, he added. Ed's verse in Endgame was also inspired by the love story between him and Cherry. In the song, he sings, "Knew it when I was young. We connected when we were a little bit older, and something was born on the 4th of July. Since getting married, the singer's family has grown by 2 little Seaborn Sheerans. However, conceiving their bundles of joy wasn't easy. According to the singer, he and Cherry had been trying for a while to get pregnant, and eventually they had to book doctor's appointments to check that everything was okay. When Seaborn did fall pregnant, it was without the help of doctors. As Sheeran said, his wife fell pregnant while they were staying in Antarctica. Lyra Antarctica Seaborn Sheeran was born in August 2020. The ginger shared the news on his Instagram by posting a picture of 2 tiny booties and a baby blanket. The couple was overjoyed about their pregnancy. I did think it was a miracle, so that's why I was like, we should have this in the name. Ed explained of naming his daughter Antarctica. It's not a given. It is a real blessing when it happens, he added. The Bloodstream singer admitted that his little Lyra might not be as excited as her parents when she learns how she got the moniker. She'll get older and be like, ugh, Sheeran joked. By May 2022, the miracle baby welcomed a sister, Jupiter.
What's lovely about babies is they have no social skills, so there's no embarrassment about anything. They just do what they like.
As much as Sheeran is stoked about being a dad, his stardom can sometimes make him worry about his daughters. While the songwriter has no problem with the paparazzi's intrusiveness in his life, it's a different story regarding his little girls. He first noticed this issue when Lyra was just 4 weeks old. I find it a very strange thing, just the concept of a man who you don't know taking a picture of your infant kid, Ed shared. He added that it's fair game for him to be hounded by paparazzi because he signed up for fame, and to a degree so did Cherry when she married him. But I just find it weird with kids, the singer confessed. However, even though he wants his daughters to live a comfortable, paparazzi-free life, Sheeran is happy to share his art with his family, mainly because they are his support system. Seaborn is the singer's better half. He said so before. In an interview on the Breakfast Club radio show, host Charlemagne asked the star if it's healthy to think that the best part of him is another person. The pop star agreed, then said, I constantly wake up every day with Cherry, and I'm just like, why the fuck are you with me? You could literally be with whoever you wanted, and you've chosen me. Sheeran confessed on the radio show that he finds it amazing that his wife chooses to love him despite everything he thinks is wrong with himself. Ed once revealed that Cherry helps him out a lot regarding the business decisions in his career. For one, his wife had picked Bad Habits to be the first song on his Equals album. She hasn't been wrong, he said, adding, there's one song she told me to cut from the album, and now the album makes more sense. We can also thank Seaborn for the vibey and romantic collaboration between Sheeran and Justin Bieber on I Don't Care. It was actually Cherry's idea because she was like, oh, why don't you get Bieber? Like, he'd be perfect for this. It just fits, the musician shared. The couple's daughters are also part of the fun. The children had recently joined Ed on his last tour. My second daughter was born while we were on tour, but my first daughter comes to the shows. She's quite aware. I think she assumes everyone else's dad sings as well, though, he joked. As for parenting, the singer is immensely enjoying being a girl dad. I think girls are far superior to boys. As a boy myself, I feel like I could say this, Sheeran joked. Ed Sheeran's music is him thinking out loud his love for Cherry Seaborn and his daughters.
I think it's more important for my daughter to grow up knowing that her parents have work ethic and her parents love working hard and love creating and enjoy their jobs. And
it's so romantic that the singer's wife has numerous songs and a whole album dedicated to her. There's also something extra special about love stories that started in high school. We wish them the best as they continue to flourish together. Be well and be kind.